just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? They start the drive with Cook, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins goes right back to Smith again. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, nice move. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Easy. 4th down, Cousins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. A 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 12-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in a victory over Arizona.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Howell. Throw left side complete. That's right. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Able to connect with Dotson. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for right, and he finds him. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Powell. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Powell out of the shotgun. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down. Back to the ground with Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 40. 20. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking for Dotson. He's got him. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
Powell trying to pick it up on third. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So here we go, fourth down. Howell. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
A first down throw for Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Minnesota.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Cousins. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Cousins again. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletion's on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll bring up second down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, that was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing here, Howell. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Let's take it at around the 40. A 40-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Cousins now to throw on first down. It's caught. Smith. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this will remain a two-touchdown game.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
One last shot before the break. Howell toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a two-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Room here to run. Touchdown, Washington.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Shoves him away, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Yeah, he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. To throw, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Jamin Davis, the one to get up from his linebacker spot and make that play.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up. And that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
To throw again on second down. Powell. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
3rd and long, here's Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
4th down, Howell. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety, and you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Cook again. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now they go play action with Howell. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Third and 1. Howell's going to throw it. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Cousins gives way to Cook. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second down and goal. Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On first down. Howell. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Howell throwing on third down here. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on fourth. First down, Howell to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Let's go. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. He finds some open field here. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Howell throwing for it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That keeps the score Vikings 31, Commanders 13.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. A good run there by Cook on first down, powering his way forward, a gain of 6. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Jordan Berry now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Out of the gun, it's Howell.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington.
Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
It's a gain.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is.
Draw play, Cousins to Cook. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Cousins here to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for Minnesota,
a loss would have really hurt, but as it stands, it's an important win as they move to 3-5 on the year.
And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.